the verdict. And what an interesting discussion I'm guessing we'll have. What do you think, Josh?
It's the best looking and feeling shmup I've played up to this point in our timeline. I don't think that's arguable. I think I'd love to hear what your other suggestions would be on those fronts. If you think there are something that's better.
Philios was better visually to me. Close.
It's
well,
better.
Yes, because I never got the epilepsy.
I enjoy that art
feeling from that.
You're sure but even that, like I said, it wasn't bad. It just was something that wasn't known to be a terrible idea yet.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, I like the art more, but I don't think the art was better. Also,
That's
is that
fair.
the same
That's
company?
fair.
Was that Renovation Products? No, it wasn't.
No.
I don't think so. Who the fuck made that game? That would be super interesting if it was. I feel like it could have been. There weren't a ton. I think it is, actually, dude. That's dumb to not look that up.
Namco.
Oh, yeah, it was Namco. Yeah, that's right.
Represent Namco.
So I hear liking that more because that's just, to me, also a more fun fucking fantasy shit is more fun to me than sci-fi shit. But I don't think it looks better. I mean, bosses were great in that, but not this good. The backgrounds, obviously, infinitely more varied, and some of those space shmup, or the space deals, the fucking fire and ice thing. Like this level I'm looking at now, which is one of the latter ones, where you're going through and it's like all the big robots and like their containment units that you get thrown at you as a battle thing right afterwards. Like there's some really cool visual shit, I think, in this that Philios just did not have. So yeah, again, I hear you on that. I like that one. We double blessed into that. Surprisingly, I think to us both, but I don't think it's better than this. That doesn't mean it's not more enjoyable, especially for us, but it's not better. I don't think it's better.
Well, I think this discussion again has clarified more thoughts. I think I personally like vertical scrolling shooters better. Like I just think like there's just many aspects that I always just enjoy that better. Because every time we come to a horizontal, I like them way less. Like unless they're doing something really fun, I'm just liking it less. I don't know why that is. Maybe I can just see the.
It's probably just just literally the uniqueness. There's just fewer verticals, I think, at least the good ones. And I mean, yeah, that was the beauty of like what was the fucking tunnel one, the Tempest one on NES. Fuck.
I don't remember.
Great, not Gradius. Who knows? I loved. I don't think you like that one, but I fucking love that one. Yeah, I mean, just again, these are not Captain Skyhawk. But again, one of my biggest criticisms with shmups is just the repetitiveness of it. So the ones that do feel a little different and have something going on that take it out of just I'm playing another shmup it has to be there for me to even begin to enjoy it. So I think naturally you're inclined, because there are fewer verticals for sure. I think that's probably part of that, is just that they're different, than so many of the bulk of these games. Well, anyway, so, as far as the quality goes, I don't know what can be. I hear the 100% in there. It is great. It's the maximum, I think, capability of what the Genesis can do. Visually, speed-wise, sprite size, all that shit. Music is fucking off the wall good. Like, all the, I don't know, the surface stuff is just elite, I think, and impossible to fucking criticize, in my opinion. It does, at the end, I was tired of shmupping, So,
let's see.
But I don't. The only way I think that I can use that as a criticism for the purposes of what we're trying to get to the bottom of here, which is whether or not it deserves a blessing, is if it feels that way because of some shortcoming. I was just tired of dealing with this game because it was hard and exhausting. Like, I think, again, if you're the target demo, I think that's exactly what they want and probably the pinnacle of...
But I would push back and say nowhere have we seen anywhere that that's a target demo. Nowhere does it say, like, this is going to be a hard game for you. Get like, none of that. So, like, for me...
What have we seen about it? All we have is that one tiny little blurb. I think it does say... I think it actually... Let's go back and read that thing, because I think it does tell you that it's fucking damn near impossible.
Because if that's the case, then fine. Because otherwise... Like,
Let me get it up here.
That is
Game
just...
Pro 20. Let's get it
not
up.
what I am... coming to a flying shmup to be stressed out. And like, I like to be able to come back to a shmup from time to time, you know, play more levels, get farther, like to enjoy it. Like, I want to be able to see my power-ups, know which ones I'm getting, which ones I'm not getting, what I'm getting out of that. And this feels too much not that. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta think far. Like, it's intense. Like, that's not why I'm playing a flying shooter. Like, so intense that I'm tired by the time I'm get to a certain mission. I'm just done with it. I'm exhausted, like, or I'm save scumming. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't. It just like I can see all the arguments on your side. I can see what you're saying about
Jay.
If I'm playing this, what does it say?
The end of this article reads: "This spectacular shoot 'em up is a must for space gunners everywhere." So it's saying
that's just saying everybody.
No, that's not the end of it. It's not the end of it. Novice space jockeys need not apply. It's meant for advanced,
but that's the review.
It's meant for advanced space members.
That's the review, though. That's not like the marketing or anything saying like, "Hey," that's just they're reviewing it, saying like, "Yeah, well, this is mad hard." So if you didn't have that Game Pro to tell you, you would just be walking in here like slamming the controller down, upset because like.
I mean, no, they're not gonna. No, show me the one. I don't even show me the part of Dark Souls, Mark. This is the best comp I can think of off the top of my head, modern wise, of a game where do they, at least maybe they do now because it's so entrenched in what that game is perceived as. But show me on Dark Souls 1 where it's telling you this game is fucking impossible and you're gonna spend the boss battles wanting to jump off the fucking roof because they're damn near impossible.
I mean, if the devs or somebody tells you that, so you know, that's great. I just said we're inferring that, and I didn't know where we got that. We're getting that from our own play.
Right, exactly. But that's what I'm saying, is that Dark Souls 1 also did that. The reason it became part of the vernacular of the gaming scape is because everyone perceived that about it, and then the developers just leaned into it with the latter games. Am I wrong in that? I don't play Dark Souls.
But it has to be good, though, whereas this one
is... What do you mean? What is not good? Like, that's again, okay, so here we are now. Now's the time where we have this conversation.
Yeah.
What is bad?
To me, the Taz system of retracting out is terrible. Like, it's absolutely terrible. Like, the weapon upgrades that you get are great. The fact that in writing it sounds like a great idea, but like the act of I have to be physically in the line across from you and hit you, or I miss you and I don't get it, like that alone just made it too much. Like, wanting to get different weapons caused me to die so much. So it's like you'd almost have to. I feel like you have to get one weapon and just stick with it, because otherwise, like, it's going to be such a gamble unless you're just getting a whack weapon.
Well, that's what, dude. But I think I got the perfect counter to that, though, dude.
It's not fun, man. It's not fun to do that. Like I like to see my floating icons on the screen and be like, do I want the S weapon or the M, or like even if it's changing, like on like Raiden 4 or something. If it's changing, I need to know I gotta wait for that while I'm avoiding stuff that's cool. Give me that complication. But it has to line up exactly to get it while I'm avoiding stuff. That was just.
But I think that is
necessary to me.
That is they wanted you to feel the weight of having to do that. And I think it's in the manual. It's talked about. It's telling you don't have an attack. You literally cannot attack while you're making that choice. So I think that was 100% deliberate for one. And, again, I'll hear it's not for you, but it's deliberate, intelligent design, because they're literally completely taking your ability. If you make that choice, if you send that fucker out to make your life better, you're going to have to pay the price while you make that choice. And I don't want to criticize for that. I personally don't want to criticize for that.
That's fine.
That's
fine. I can understand that. I just didn't like that aspect. I didn't like having to aim it up and line it up. Like the fact that I could miss multiple times trying to get these flying things.
Frustrating for sure.
It just
feels getting it wrong.
It made it just not fun. Like when I play other games that are flying shooters, yes, every game has to have their weapon ups and their power systems like different ways to like you got to stand out and be a different game. This just wasn't an enjoyable way to me. It just wasn't fun that way. It just I can get it. Don't get me wrong. I can totally get behind. It's tough. Like if you're playing this and you're only into shooters and like spinning all the time, like I can totally get that. It just wasn't a fun experience other than that. So
I can hear. Yeah, I can 100% hear. It's not for everyone, and it's not for you, and it might not be for me, and it might not be for a lot of people. But we're not. It's part of it, I guess, in that we have our differing tastes and what King Lorik's blessing means and blah blah blah. But like, and it probably changes over time and oscillates between back and forth. Where one time we're feeling one way about it, I describe it as one way, and describe it on other times as another. That's the beauty of having our own podcast. We don't have to answer to that. But like, I don't in this moment, I don't want to play any more Gyres. I am not going to play any more Gyres. But
yeah.
I want to give it the blessing because of the craftsmanship that it has. Even if, and with the caveat of you better be good at shmups and you better really like them. If you're going to sit down and really play this honestly and expect to have fun, you better be into the fucking that being a trying experience. You need some Dark Souls affinity in you.
That's fair. That is fair.
Some fiber in you to enjoy this type of experience because it is there. It at no point, like I said, that first fucking boss is like, "Hello, welcome to the fucking Thunderdome, bitch." Like it starts off hard as fuck. And only gets worse from there. So you gotta really love the mechanics of this type of game and having a hard time exploring all that's available to you and figuring out what works for you and blah 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 blah. Like I think you gotta really be into it to enjoy this. But if you do, I think you're not gonna. I don't know what your better thing would like. I don't see what more you would want out of a game. You know what I mean? Because I think there is just a ton of different systems. All the bells and whistles are there as far as the aesthetics go, the surface stuff. It's just, I don't know what more you could ask for if you like this type of game. And even though I don't want to say that it doesn't deserve to be in the pantheon because of my own personal taste.
Yes. If you are a horizontal flying shooter person and you like a challenge, knock your socks off.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'm bestowing it.
So I'll give it the blessing on those grounds because to your point, if I think about it from an Elden Ring standpoint, Elden Ring's hard AF. I haven't finished it, but I'm so close. But I'm at a battle that I literally can't beat without calling a friend. So I'm like, would I not give Elden Ring the blessing because it's hard as fuck? No, I wouldn't. So all right, fine.
Oh, look at that. Look at that double blessing despite Jay coming in the door hot with some fucking fuck this game shit. So,
and I still feel that way. I still feel that way. I will not play it again. But
yeah, I definitely don't need to play
it. In fact,
I would like to say, I would like to make a declaration that we're not going to play any shmups for a while. Is what I would like to say.
I'm good with that.
I don't give a shit what dumb shit you let me whatever dumb rabbit holes I let myself fall down to in the MAG episodes. Jay, don't let us do it. Fucking think
of a moratorium of shmups.
Think of what's it called? A safe word. Think of a safe word and say the safe word. Right? If I get into a place that you feel like I'm backing us into something fucked up, just say the safe word.
I'm just going to say mushrooms, and you're just going to
say Josh Allen. Say Josh Allen. That'll emotionally take immediately. I'll be like, oh, fuck. Okay, word.